We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home far away.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Stivers Homestead. I'm Zach.
And I'm Jen.
And you are?
Raven.
And you are?
Wyatt.
And today we are going to show you everything that you need to keep the bugs away from your plants.
Yeah.
And how to make your plants grow really, really big.
That's right.
So everything in front of us are the items that we use for our organic garden. Liquid fish. First off, all this...
Bring closer while you talk.
There you go. All of this is from Haas Tools. You can get it anywhere. It's not like it's specific to Haas Tools. We just like using this stuff. There it goes. This is BT. So, well, first off, liquid fish is fertilizer. It's an organic fertilizer that is great for your plants. We use it every single week.
Once a week.
Once a week. We're going to show you how we apply it because it is time to apply it today. But that's our fertilizer and the only fertilizer that we use. We also have BT. That is your keep away the caterpillar. What? Not pesticide.
It's worms,
Insecticide. Yeah, so this is what you use for BT. Any of the soft-sided insects, like caterpillar.
Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but we have a huge caterpillar problem on our tomatoes. We don't get hornworms much.
Not too bad. Well, knock on wood.
Worms.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, we call them tobacco worms, but we don't get them that much. But we do get caterpillars on everything. They get in the leaves and they make them curl and they make a little home in them. So that's what the BT is good for.
Yeah, and you'll find them on the tomatoes eventually, just regular caterpillars, so you want to use them. We also have neem oil. This is our weekly apply that we do is neem oil. So we do that every Sunday. This video is different because it's not Sunday, but we wanted to shoot it specifically because a lot of people had asked, how do we apply it? What's the mix? All that, etc. But neem oil is a must-have in every single garden. This keeps off all of the flying bugs.
Eggs, larvae,
yeah,
all the stuff like that.
Yep.
Aphids, stuff like that. We don't want to keep the bees away, which is something we'll talk about.
Exactly.
But all the pests that you don't want, the little bitty pests that you don't want on your plants.
That's exactly right. And then you see Dawn and peppermint essential oil. They go with the neem oil. Those three ingredients are just the beautiful thing that you can have to keep pests away.
Pests hate soapy water and they hate the smell of peppermint.
That's exactly right. So the neem also kills, the Dawn really kills them, and the peppermint attracts them to it. So let's show you how to apply. We're going to show you how to apply the neem oil and the fish fertilizer. We don't need to use the BT today, but we also have DE, which is diatomaceous earth. That is a dry powder that you sprinkle on your leaves. That also helps keep the pests away. But we're not going to do those two today. We're just going to do the neem and the fish, and let's get right at it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We're going to start with our neem oil. So we normally do this on separate nights. However, if you do have to do it on the first night, or if you want to, that's fine. You want to start with your neem oil. And the reason I say that is, well, if you have plenty of sprayers, power on, do whatever you want to do. But if you only have a couple sprayers, this is the route you want to take. You want to start with your neem oil. And the reason I say that is because the neem oil goes actually on the leaves, where the fish fertilizer goes at the base. So the neem oil goes on the leaves. We do it first. We spray all over the leaves, which you'll get to see. And then we use the same containers. Even when they're washed out, you're still going to have some neem oil residue. And then we'll add the fish fertilizer and then spray at the base. The problem is the neem oil can go on the leaves. The fish fertilizer you don't really want on the leaves, at least in my opinion. There's a lot of people that have different judgments on that. However, the fish fertilizer, it does stain your leaves, and it could potentially hurt them if they sit on there too hard or if it's too strong or whatever it is. So our rule of thumb is neem before liquid fish, not the other way around. So how to apply neem oil? Neem oil is a teaspoon per gallon. So I've got it. This is a gallon jug. This is a little bit more than a gallon jug. I think it's 2. It's 1.5. It's 1.5 gallon. So you don't see me with a teaspoon out here. We do this so much. I've kind of got just the eye for it, I guess you would say, on how much to put in. But you just unscrew it. I kind of shake it a little, but you just pour it in. I did about 1.5 teaspoons in there. Right at a teaspoon in the 1 gallon. You want Dawn dish soap, blue. It is good for everything. You need it for so many things, especially in the summer, to try to kill any of the bugs that are around, because it kills them dead. So we just do a couple little bitty drops of that. And then finally, the peppermint essential oil. The peppermint essential oil, like we just mentioned, it attracts the bugs to it. So it is like the silent killer. And they think they love it, but then they hit the Dawn and the Neem, and they're done for. So just a couple drops of that as well in there, and then you fill it up with water, and that's it.
Okay, and then you fill them up with water. Couple things. We do this at nighttime. All of this is opinionated. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do trial and error. You can learn from other people. You can figure out the best process for you. We do it at nighttime because pollinators come in the morning. They're most active in the morning. If you've ever been in your garden, they're very active. They're on the plants, the flowers, the blooms. They're in there. They're looking for that, I don't remember what you call it, but they're looking for it, and they're spreading
the flowers.
Yes, but they're spreading it. They're doing their thing. They're doing their job. So this stuff is not harmful to them whatsoever. It is natural. It's fine. It's organic. But it can deter them. So by doing it at night, it lets it have time to sit and soak in. And by morning time when it comes, it does not affect the pollinators whatsoever. And that's just something that we learned over time, and that's just the rule that we go by.
And one last thing to remember too, you want to do this on a night that you're not expecting rain.
Yes.
If it rains, it's going to wash that neem oil right off the leaves. It's not going to dry in there.
You just wasted the oil.
Exactly.
It's going to wash right
So,
off.
I mean, it can rain the next night, but you want to make sure at least that evening and the next day it's not going to rain. That way it really sets into the leaves.
There you go. All right, we're filled up and we're ready to go. So we usually tackle this together. We start at opposite ends of the garden and we meet in the middle. What's that song? I feel like we've talked about that before.
Yeah, we have.
Diamond Rio in the middle. But Zach's gonna.
The old Georgia pine.
There it is. But he's gonna show you how to specifically do one plant with neem oil, and then we'll do the rest for all the other oils.
Okay, so for your neem oil, you want your nice little sprayer going on, and you want to spray all across your plant, everywhere. It's okay if it hits the fruit, but here's the key with neem oil and with any bug that you have. They like it under here. So if you're just spraying the top, it's not getting underneath the bottom, so they just hang out underneath there and they're fine. So you want to make sure, and I like how this one's curved because it's easy to just spray underneath. But you want to make sure you're doing that because if you just spray the top, you're not deterring the bugs. They might not like the smell and what you got going on, but they can hide underneath until that smell disappears. So make sure you're doing top and bottom, and y'all, that's it. You just give it a nice little coating on the top and on the bottom, and that's it. Everything is neem oiled. One last thing we forgot to mention about neem oil is it can sunburn your plants. So that's another reason that you want to do it in the evening and not in the morning, because if it's still wet and it's still fresh, it isn't oil. So think about putting suntan oil on something. It can get you, and it can get your plants. So just do it at night. All right, it is liquid fish time. Now this you want to do about 1 tablespoon per gallon every week. We do all this every week. I'm not sure if I mentioned that or not, but we do it every week. You can do more if you're doing it more seasonal. And you're really just hardcore fertilizing, you know, in off times, but we do it every week all through the summer garden, and we do 1 tablespoon per gallon. And so I just eyeball this one too. If you want, you're more than welcome to actually get your teaspoon and your tablespoon out. That is perfectly fine. The thing about it is, this is organic matter. There's not too much. So you're gonna be okay. And I know some people might battle that on saying that there might be too much. Nothing organic is too much, period. But you don't wanna waste all that you have because the plant is only gonna absorb so much. So that's why we say a tablespoon per gallon. Once you get your liquid fish in, that's it. There's no other additives to this. You just fill it up with water and you go spray the base of the plant.
So again, we'll show you exactly how to do it. You do not spray the leaves on this one. You spray the base of the plant. That allows it to absorb into the roots, and that's where you get your growth. If you spray the leaves, I mean, it will eventually filter down, but you're more than likely wasting most of it.
Exactly, and so this is the total opposite of neem oil. All you want to do is go down to where your base is and act like you're watering. You spray it in there, you give it about that amount of time.
I usually count to 5.
You count to 5, and that's all you need to do. Now me and Jen, because it's getting dark as you can tell, we're gonna power through, get the whole garden done. It will probably take us another reload, where the neem oil only takes the 2 gallons, that's it. The fish oil, or the liquid fish, because there's so much plants, we'll probably have to reload one more time to take 4 total gallons to do the entire garden, but let's rock it out. Okay, so that is our weekly routine on how we apply neem and liquid fish specifically. When we do BT and DE, we'll make sure to show that as well.
Yeah, we'll be adding those soon, I'm sure. The time is coming.
Yeah, right now it's more of preventative.
Yeah.
And that neem helps deter more than kill, ultimately is what the neem does. It tries to deter the pest, but if they do come, that's what the soap is for.
Yeah.
But the BE or the BTDE, Lordy day, is more of actually, let's take them down. And we don't have that problem just yet. But that liquid fish, we absolutely live by it. We think it is half the reason that our garden is as big as it is. That liquid fish is absolutely beautiful. There's all kinds of ways to do it. You can buy the container like we do, or if you have a fish pond, reuse that water.
That's what we ultimately hope to do.
Yeah.
But we do get all our products from Haas Tools, and we swear by them. They are all American made. We love them.
Yeah.
Love their products. We are sponsored, but even if we weren't, even before we weren't, we still bought and purchased every single thing from them.
I tell you,
they are that amazing.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, if you're not following Haas Tools on YouTube, you need to be.
Yeah, they have a Facebook group too, Row by Row.
Yeah,
that's what it's called.
They have their Haas Tools page and the Row by Row.
If you think Tribe is awesome, you'll love Row by Row.
Absolutely. I mean, it is amazing. Every Thursday night, they host a live show on Facebook. It's called Row by Row, like she said. It's awesome. Greg and Travis is father-son duo. They're just awesome people. They're down home, country, and know how to garden. And they're ready to answer all your questions. They also do all kinds of cooking.
Yeah.
Usually on every Row by Row, they're cooking something from the garden. So you get to learn something from there. So if you haven't, we'll put all that stuff down below so you can check them out. But if you're not doing something for your garden, you need to do something now. Gardens.
At least do liquid fish.
At least do liquid fish. That's exactly right. And I don't think anything else is really left to say. Besides subscribe down below.
That's right. We love y'all.
Until the next one.
Bye.
Bye.